How did we do this? There are four major shifts in the American diet in the last 150 years. Again, we're going to refer to Dr. Chris Kenobi's research. The first one is seed oils began to replace saturated fats or animal fats. The second was hydrogenated seed oils, Crisco and margarine. Third was refined flour replaced whole grains, and then an increase in sugar consumption. All of these are now major components of processed food. Through the thousands of years of whole natural foods, it was rare to have any death loss due to degenerative diseases. But beginning at about the 1850s, some processed food began. It was in 1866 that cottonseed oil was introduced into food rather than just being an industrial lubricant. In the 1870s, refined white flour came as they replaced the stone mills with roller mills that removed the bran and the germ. In about 1870s, margarine became a component with animal fats as a substitute. In 1880, vegetable or seed oils became much more common in our food supply. And let me make a clarification here. Vegetables do not produce oil. That is a misnomer and a direct intent to mislead people to think that it's healthy. Seeds produce seed oil. Crisco was developed by Procter & Gamble in 1911. Margarines with seed oil became the thing in the 1940s. High fructose corn syrup came about in 1957. In 1977, McGovern began pushing a low-fat, high-carb diet. It was in the 1980s that the U.S. dietary guidelines adopted this low-fat, high-carb diet, and the National School Lunch Program adopted the concept. By 2009, 63% of the U.S. diet was processed food, 1/3 of which is seed oil. Vegetable oils are seed oils. They are known as polyunsaturated vegetable oils, PUFAs, edible oils, plant oils, omega-6 oils, linoleic acid. Sources of excessive omega-6s. Seed oils such as soybean, corn, canola, safflower, palm oil. Processed food contain a great deal of seed oils. In canned products, frozen products, bakery products, chips, restaurants use a great deal of it to cook in, crackers, cookies, all these processed foods. Our meats now contain a great deal of excessive omega-6 fatty acids. Our beef, pork, chicken, lamb, bison, even farm-raised fish are now raised primarily on grains containing excessive omega-6s. These are all dietary choices. Excessive omega-6s create cellular oxidation, and this is damage. Our cells, our mitochondria, our cardiolipin damage and dysfunction all come from excessive oxidation. These all start with dietary choices. Processed foods are very high in omega-6 oils. As we look at the oils alone, their omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. Soybean oil, approximately 10-1. Palm oil, in excess of 40-1. Refined corn oil, in excess of 80 omega-6s to 1 omega-3. Cottonseed oil, 110 omega-6 to 1 omega-3. refined rice bran oil, 130 omega-6s to 1 omega-3. Sesame oil, nearly 140 to 1, and safflower oil, approximately 150 omega-6s to 1 omega-3. The second part of the equation is the oxidation potential, or the dangerous level of oxidation that causes cellular damage. Not all of these oils oxidize and degrade at the same level. Coconut oil has a very, very low oxidative rate, as does beef tallow. And olive oil has a very low oxidative rate. However, when you look at canola and sunflower and corn oil, these have very high oxidative rates and potential. Soybean, which was one of the lower omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acid ratio oils, has the highest and the most dangerous potential for preoxidation and cellular damage. Seed oils degrade to extremely toxic oxidation products when heated, including 4-hydroxynonenal, cyclic aldehydes, which are what cause oxidized low-density lipoprotein, or oxidized LDL, which is associated with heart disease. Aldehydes also cross-link Tau proteins and create neurofibrillary tangles, thereby contributing to the development of neurodegenerative diseases. These sources again from Dr. Chris Kenobi and Dr. Joseph Mercola. Section summary number 4. There have been 4 major shifts in the American diet. Unhealthy oxidizing fats have replaced the stable non-oxidizing fats in our diet. Low sugar consumption has been replaced with high sugar consumption with refined carbohydrates and artificial sweeteners. Seed oils are extremely high in oxidative omega-6s, linoleic acid. These oils are a major component of processed food, fast food, fried food, grain-fed meats, and more. Seed oils, with their very high omega-6 fatty acid contents, become very toxic when heated. Omega-6 essential fatty acids are prone to oxidization, but that oxidization is greatly accelerated and increased when these oils are heated and used in cooking and deep frying. Simply making the oils from the seeds is a process of extreme heat. This process alone massively increases the oxidative and cellular damaging properties of these omega-6 oils.